Peace and power, family. Welcome back to Unto Read Quotes to Live By, where we are reading All About Love by Bell Hooks, and we are on chapter 10, Romance, Sweet Love. And as a self-proclaimed romantic, honey, I'm going to just go ahead and say, read the whole chapter. If you are trying to read all about love in order to enhance your romantic relationships, read the whole chapter. Go ahead. Just read the whole chapter. But I do have a few quotes that I want to share, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. And the first quote that I want to share says, "By taking the time to communicate with a potential mate, we are no longer trapped by the fear and anxiety underlying romantic interactions that take place without discussion or the sharing of intent and desire." So this quote is loaded, first of all, but I think the key to it is communication, right? We have to get comfortable communicating our real needs and desires and intent with our partners. We have to stop going into things believing that we have the same values, interests, and wants. So, the first thing to romance that we need to understand is communication. And I'm going to throw this in there, comprehension. Because just because you are communicating, it does not mean that your partner or the person that you're trying to engage in a romantic relationship with understands. Okay? So when you communicate, make sure you're checking for understanding. Okay? The next quote that I want to share says, "Led by their penis, seduced by erotic desire, they often end up in relationships with partners with whom they share no common interest or values." That's the men. And for the women, it says, "Females are socialized to be more concerned about emotional connection." I think that these two parts are very important because we have to understand what we're dealing with. We have to understand that men are socialized to lead with their penis and their erotic desires, and women are socialized to focus on and pay more attention to the emotional connection. So if you're trying to be in relationship, especially romantically, with one of those genders, then you're going to need to understand that their desire and their relationship intention or want may be led by the thing that they're socialized to care about. And I think if we understand that and try not to fight it and embrace it and recognize it and name it, then we can actually get farther in our relationships, and we can actually have conversations that help the people that are actually in the relationship right now and not look for outside or external validation in our relationships. The next quote says, "Our patterns around romantic love are unlikely to change if we do not change our language." I could cry. I just got real emotional because our words are so powerful. The things that we say to ourselves, the things that we say to our partners, it is important. And we have to get better with our language. We have to stop saying it's okay. We have to stop saying, no, it's good, we're fine, I don't care. If we really care, if we're really uncomfortable, if we really don't want something, we have to start using better language. I hope you can feel how much I mean this and believe this. And the last quote I think I have for y'all. Oh, wait, nope. It's another one before the last one. It says, "There is no change that does not bring with it a feeling of loss and challenge." Okay, and baby, I need y'all to understand that when we're changing language, when we're changing our understanding of how particular genders engage in relationships, when we're changing our communication styles and relationships, we're gonna feel like we're losing control. We're gonna feel challenged to give up control and be vulnerable and share these things with our partners. So we have to acknowledge it. We have to name it. We have to wake it up. And we have to find support and find tools to help us work through those feelings of loss and challenge. Otherwise, we will be taking it out on our partners and taking it out on ourselves. And the romantic relationship is very unlikely to last when those things are kind of hanging in the balance and hanging as the root and the base and the foundation of this new relationship that is trying to be formed, or this new season of a relationship that's trying to renew. I love bell hooks. Let's see. I think it's one more quote that I want to end with, and it says, "To return to love, he had to be willing to sacrifice and surrender, to let go of the fantasy of being someone with no sustained emotional needs to acknowledge, and to acknowledge his needs to be loved and loved." Okay? So not only do we have to sacrifice and surrender, right, in a romantic relationship, and that's hard. That is hard, to give up control and to give up things that we want and believe that we need, right? But if you're trying to form a relationships with someone and grow and be in partnership with someone, you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to surrender, right? And you're going to have to stop lying to yourself and telling yourself that your emotional needs don't need to be satisfied. That you can go through life without a care and a love and a, any love received or given. Okay? So, like I said, I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but I hope that these points can help you in your romantic relationships. And we got about 3 more chapters to go, so I hope to see you in the next iteration of Quotes to Live By. Love y'all.